Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Glaze. If you didn't know who I am documenting my FTMO journey that I've been on for a year now. I'm going to make a video actually on Wednesday talking about my FTMO journey so far, and I'm a year deep in this and I still haven't passed phase one. It's sort of funny in a way, but it's quite a weird situation to be in because I haven't blown the account because my risk management is so strict and it's so good in a way, right? In another sense, it's very bad that I'm in this for so long because I'm not taking enough risk to actually properly get to my target I'm wanting to be. Because if I'm in a limbo between not losing enough but also not gaining enough, I'm most likely not taking enough trades or changing my strategy quite often. So yeah, but I'll be discussing that more in depth on Wednesday, so you can stay tuned for that one. So we're on week 8 now of this FTMO journey. I mean, for me, it's been a year, but week 8 since I've been documenting it. I have had some changes over these 8 weeks in my journey of what I've been doing, my plan, and so on. So you guys know I only trade Euro US dollar now. And the reason for that is because it fits my time zone very well because I live in the UK. But also it's one of the major pairs, meaning it moves a lot more, I would say, predictable than other pairs. Like exotic pairs, they a lot harder to predict and analyze than major pairs because they take a lot more to move and they're supported by much bigger economies basically. So I actually missed a trade I was going to take. I had a pending order on EU for a buy early on in the week, but it just missed my entry and went off without me. I looked back and thought I could have technically entered, but if I entered on this certain area, it would have broken my rules. So I always think it's better to miss out on a trade, but to not break your rules, because breaking rules is definitely a no-no. You cannot be doing it because it doesn't allow you to be consistent. Rules are there to make you consistent, not to only make money, you know? Because if, in the long run, you'll make money by being consistent, not by these one-off random trades that will make you 3 or 4%, for example. So if I actually did take the trade, it would have made me about 2% with the 0.5% risks. So it would have been about a 1 to 4, and I'll show you it on the chart very soon. I just wanted to mention, please do make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I really do appreciate all the support, but it's also very important these videos get out to a lot of other members in the trading community, because I think a lot of trading content on YouTube is misrepresented and you don't really see the genuine side. I am making a very big point of showing the most genuine trading I possibly can. I've been trading for 2 years now. I've been doing one FTMO challenge for 1 year and still not passing. So you can see my ups and downs, and I'll be 100% honest with you about how I feel in every week that we go by. So if you watched my last video, you know it was about overcoming fear in trading. Now, that is one thing I think I've struggled with a lot, is fear in actually taking the risk. Because what I've noticed I've been doing, and I'm very self-accountable for this, I've noticed a lot of the mistakes I'm making, and I can notice them, but I can't exactly fix them as easy as I can notice them, right? There are things like I'll try find extra confluences or overanalyze the market to try get extra reason why I will not lose. It's like the black hole of technical analysis, as Mark Douglas calls it, and it basically means you can only go so far of technical analysis. It's still a probability. You can do it up to a certain point, but at that point you're still taking a gamble in a sense with risk, and you need to accept that. You can't overanalyze the market and be right 100% of the time. It's simply not possible, because you would have to know every single person that's trading in that market at that time to be correct, right? So you know the odds are in your favor, and you have to purely accept losing is part of the journey. Let's go over to TradingView now, and I'll show you the trade that just missed my entry on the buy on Euro US dollar. So guys, welcome to the charts. Here we're looking at Euro US dollar. As you guys know, this is the 4-hour chart, and this is the actual trade I missed and I was trying to buy. So this is how it would have played out, and I would have made 5.2 to 1, and my one risk is 0.5%. It's quite a lot lower, but the reason it's so low is because I need to make sure I have a good cushion to allow probability to work. You know, I need to make sure the odds can actually play out in my favor. And when I gain my confidence back, because at the moment I'm lacking a lot of confidence, and when I gain my confidence back, I'll then increase my risk to 1% when I'm a lot more comfortable with my actual plan. So in this area, I was looking for buys on the 15-minute time frame. So in this area, I was looking for a reversal for this down move here. This was from NFP, I believe it was. No, not NFP. FOMC, the interest rates, and it basically moved around and knocked everyone out of the market. So around this area, the structure I was seeing is something like so. And I was looking for this to continue up and break this top. So that's what my target was, to break this top. And I got a push up, slow move down, another push up. So I knew the buyers were in the market, basically, right around this area to potentially break this top all the way up here, where my take profit is, as you can see. So this is the example. So my pending order was around this level. So it was 1.11159, around that area. And the reason for that is simply just my area of interest for a good risk to reward ratio. And it didn't come to it. I noticed this actually come right here and give this. This is actually a buy setup for me. So right here, there's actually a buy setup right here in this area, but I didn't take it. And the reason I didn't take it, I spoke to a few of my mentors actually afterwards about this trade and how I missed it. And in my plan, it doesn't allow me to take this trade, even though I can see it's sort of valid in a way. You could argue taking it, but I think it's more likely it would continue dropping from here and tag me in, but it simply didn't, and I missed it, and that's completely fine. So if I did take that, I would have made a lot of money, maybe 2-3%, but it's completely fine missing that trade because it wasn't part of my plan. I am sticking to my plan, which is the most important thing, and that is what really, really does matter, Now, the markets recently have been quite messy, I'm sure a lot of you have also noticed this. If I just zoom out a little bit on Euro US dollar and probably other pairs actually, if we go on DXY, probably got up here, DXY, you can see it's a mess. We had sharp up, sharp down. It's just been going all over the place. Now, the reason for all this mess is mainly because, well, first of all, we're getting to the end of the month, and usually at the end of the month, you get a lot more volatility. And I believe we're actually coming to the end of a quarter also, where a lot of these traders and big banks and such will want to make sure they're actually making money for their company. So they're going to move the market a lot more and try to stop people out and so on and so forth, basically. One thing also that's coming up is the elections in November. Now, these start, I think, slightly before, like the campaigning and whatnot in America. I'm not 100% sure on the details, but this impact on the market is going to be insane. This only happens once every 4 years. Last time there was a US election, I never even heard of trading, so I can't talk from experience about how it actually impacts the market because I wasn't there and I can't really speak for it. But we are very close to a US election, and that is why you're going to see a lot more market moves that don't really make too much sense. I mean, they do in a way make sense, but they're a lot harder to read and a lot harder to trade, basically, right? So in this time period, in the next couple of months and even into early next year, I would suggest you get in and out of the market as quickly as you can. Try not to hold trades for long periods of time because the volatility will be immense and it might just stop you out. Now, my next intentional direction on Euro US dollar is still down, to be honest with you. The structure I'm currently seeing is something like, where is it? Something like so. So for this down move, I'll try get another down move. That's my plan, basically, right? But again, this is an unpredictable time of the year and time of the 4 years, basically. So it's going to be a lot harder to trade. So I think these next couple of months are going to be a lot more slower for me, but I'll still be at the markets looking on the 15-minute time frames, trying to get my entries and seeing what I can find. So this week, I didn't take any trades. I missed out on that pending order that I was looking at on Euro US dollar. I'm going to take you over to my FTMO dashboard real quickly just to show you I haven't taken any trades and actually where I'm at currently with it also. So here we are on my FTMO account. As you can see, unlimited challenge ongoing. Let's go on the metrics of this one. And when it loads, perfect. Here we go. So this is my mess of a trading cycle I've been in. As you can see, start date, 2nd of October, 2023. This video is going to go out on the Sunday, which will be, I believe, the 29th. So that is basically my 1 year anniversary. The actual Wednesday video will come out on my 1 year anniversary of my FTMO challenge, which is a crazy, crazy thing to say because if you can't laugh at it, you got to cry about it, right? So in a way, it's amusing because I have caused this myself. I haven't stuck to my plans and my systems, and this is where I'm at with it. And I need to accept it and move on simply. So I'm currently sitting at 1.18%, just about 2,000 up. I have a total of 88 trading days, as you can see on here. So that's how many days I've traded, but I have had it a year. And my win rate is currently sitting at 44%. Not great, but my risk to reward is 1.31. So that's basically how I'm just above that break even mark. During this year period, I've had about 3 or 4 different trading strategies on this one account. That's why it's such a mess. When you need to play probability out, you need to stick with one plan, stick with it to the end, and see where it takes you. And I simply wasn't doing that. I am making sure I am going to do that now, and I'm a lot more strict with how I trade. That is why some weeks you might not see any trades, because I'm looking for a very specific setup. But when you do, I'll be completely honest with it, and I'll be making sure to take full accountability if it wins or even loses. So yeah, the last trade I took was on the 12th of September, and that was a loss. I showed you that one. That was the one I tried to short euro US dollar, and it simply lost, which is a bit unfortunate. One thing I've actually been thinking about also is, because I only trade one pair and I'm looking for a very specific thing in the market, even on the 15-minute time frame, I may only see 1 or 2 setups a week. You know, I don't see a lot, and some weeks I might not even see any. And I don't want it to be boring for you, but I need to make sure I do stick with my system and stick with my plan. I have considered adding in a couple of other pairs in that don't correlate with euro US dollar, so I can trade them at the same time. But I need to, I think, go against that, because on euro US dollar, I've studied it a lot and I'm very focused on it. So I can pay attention a lot to it. And when I'm on the 15-minute time frame, I would find it very hard trading 3-4 pairs on the 15-minute time frame, because I'll be missing moves I should be taking and things like that. And you don't want to miss a move that works out well for you and instead take a trade that doesn't go well for you, because that way you develop FOMO and you also develop annoyance because you took the losing trade instead of the winning trade. So if I'm only on one pair, I will not get any of that. That was my update for week 8 on my FTMO challenge. Again, I apologize, didn't take any trades, but I was looking for trades, had a buy order, didn't get tagged in, but I was still looking. That is the important part. I'm still at the markets every single day on the 15-minute time frame, looking for these entries that I can see. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you liked it, and also subscribe if you're new. We want to support the community and make sure this gets out to as many people as possible so they can see the real side of trading. It's been Glaze, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.